Okay, here's kind of a weird video for you. This is a video about the things I'd like to tell people about the good things I've done with my life. One, I drink a lot of Gatorade, but you know, I found a lot of people's dogs and stuff, and not cats, but dogs, brought them back, and I mean, quite a number of them. And here in Arlington, it's very unusual to see a dog running around by itself. But probably the most rewarding day for me was when I was down at Sears at Landmark, and I'm about 40 feet away from this woman, and I hear her yelling and screaming and crying, and she's really uncontrollable. And I kind of stood away for a second, but then I finally walked up, and I was like, what's going on? Well, her daughter's missing. And so I walked up to her, and I said, well, what does she look like? She goes, well, a little black girl, about 3'5" or something, you know, wearing a plaid dress, and her hair's all twisted out, kind of like the Wendy's girl. And I said, well, when did you see her last? Well, she was just right here with me. I'm like, okay, fine. So I immediately headed for the exits, and I'm looking around the parking lot to see if I see anybody leaving or carrying out a little kid or something, you know. And then I ran around the side of the building outside, and I'm running and running and running, and then I finally went back in the building, and I'm going, and her name was Tatiana, and I said, Tatiana, Tatiana, and then I'm going up and down the aisles, or up this one long aisle, and Tatiana, and I hear, yes, yes. And I walk over there, and there's this little black girl with her hair all twisted out, wearing this plaid dress, and she's about, I don't know, twice as tall as Mo. And I said, come on, let's go back to your mom. And she said, okay, and she put her hand in mine, and we're walking down this, like, had to have been 75 yards to get from one end of the store, because I already went outside and went around the store. And we're walking down, and I'm like, hey, I got her. And everybody down on the other end of the store is like, yay, good job. And her mom's out there just crying and screaming and couldn't believe it. So me and her, we kind of picked up the pace a little bit, you know, we're running like a little Jack Russell next to me. And when I got her back down there, I put her back to her mom, and she said, thanks. And I said, okay, bye. And I just turned around and walked away. And I said, you know something, this is probably the best day of my life. And I thought, ever since then, you know, I've never put this on tape or even written about it or anything, but I thought that probably it wouldn't be such a bad idea for people to know about this. Because maybe someday, you know, they're going to look back at me and say, well, what good did he do? Well, this is the one good thing I did do. You know, besides having Mo and Rick and Sarah, you know, and having Lisa and Sue and